Namaste children, a warm welcome to physics classes. Now, today what you are going to learn. Now, you have learned in the lower classes what do you mean by physical quantity. In 6th class, you have learned the meaning of physical quantity. What is a quantity? Quantity represents amount. The meaning of quantity here is amount. Now, physical, actually, what is physical? Physical is a non-living thing. When you are clubbing, the word became a physical quantity. The amount of something you are able to measure, that is called as physical quantity according to physics. So, physical quantity is nothing but measurable quantity. Any measurable quantity is known as physical quantity. For example, length, area, volume, density. These are all some examples of physical quantities. Suppose if you are taking some other quantities, some other examples like rest, motion, sleep, these long cannot be measured, so they are not called as physical quantities. A physical quantity is nothing but a measurable quantity. Today we are going to learn one very important physical quantity. What is that? You observe these videos and give me the answer. So, yes, you are right children. Today we are going to learn about the force. If the materials are lying on the table, for example, a bottle, for example, I am keeping the bottle here. Tomorrow if you come and see, the bottle position will be here only. Suppose if somebody comes and removes it, then only it will be moved. Otherwise, it will be in the state of rest only. Same way, now, for example, if you consider solar system, planets are revolving around the sun and rotating about their axis. Same way, satellites are revolving around the planets. See, they will be continuing to be in motion only. Somebody has to stop them. So, this property of materials in the state of either in the rest or motion is the intrinsic property of materials, which is known as inertia. How you can measure inertia? Is inertia a physical quantity? No, because inertia is one property. So, how this inertia will be measured? Then, next of inertia. What is the relation between inertia and force? What inertia gives? Inertia gives the definition of force. So, we are going to learn about the inertia property of the materials as well as force in this. Property of materials. What we are going to learn in this chapter is first property of materials, that is inertia, and actual definition of force. Now, coming to the property of the materials or objects, that is inertia. What is the definition of inertia? Suppose if a body is at rest, it continues to be at rest. If a body is moving, it continues to be in motion only. For example, the planets are revolving and rotating about their axis and revolving around the sun. They continues to be in motion only. Whereas, if suppose some books are lying on the table, they will be lying the next day also, the other next day also, the third day also at the same place. This is called as inertia. That means the property of the objects which remain in a state of rest or in motion is known as inertia. Coming to the actual definition, if a body is in motion, it continues to be in motion, and if it is at rest, it continues to be in rest. That is, the state of rest or uniform motion of the objects will not be changed. This is called as inertia. Again, I am repeating the definition. The tendency of an object to oppose or resist any change in its state of rest or of uniform motion is called inertia of a body. We will see with some examples. So, that means if a body is at rest, it continues to be at rest only. And if it is in motion, it continues to be in motion. This property, the tendency of this body object to resist either its state of rest or of uniform motion, is called as inertia of the body. Now, till now, we have discussed about the property of inertia. Now, how can you change the property of materials, that is inertia? Now, we will be seeing by learning about a physical quantity, that is force. How this force can change the property of inertia. Now, what is force? Immediately when I ask this question, you will be saying the better answer. Till now what you have studied in the lower classes is force is nothing but a pull or push. Question is, how can you apply force? Then again the answer is by pulling, by pushing, by blowing, by throwing, all these action words. A pull, a push, a throw, a blow. These are all the action words which is depicting how can you apply force. Then my question was like that only. Then what is happening when you are doing such action words? The intrinsic property of inertia, that is, if a body is at rest, it will be changing into the motion condition. Maybe, may not be. Then again when you are observing, when you are applying force by pulling, pushing, what are the effects of force? What is happening? Change in shape, change in size, change in position, change in, that is position, state of rest or motion. These all will be the answer. Then what is, see in this picture you can see force can affect the three things. Force can change the shape as well as size of the body. A rest body will be in moving, or a moving body can change its speed, that is it may become slower or faster, or it can change the direction of a moving body or its speed both at a time. Then it also set a rest body into motion or a moving body into rest. So change in shape, size, position or direction, speed, these are all effects of force. Again my question was like that only, children. What is force? Now the definition is nothing but very simple. What is force? If you are applying force, if you are using all the action words, that is pull, push and all, if it can bring the change in its property, that is inertia, then it is called as force. Simple. That means if a rest body is moving, then that we can say you have changed the position of the object. Then if the change in size or shape, if suppose example, if this in this picture, the balloon is blown. So initially before inflated the balloon was normal. Now when inflated it is bulged. So you changed the size and shape. At the same time, if you are moving or in a cricket field, if the fielder is trying to stop the ball while it is rolling on the ground, if it slows down as well as when it touches the tip of the finger of the fielder, it changes direction also. So all these are because of the change in the property of inertia. How this change is occurred? By application of force. So anything invisible physical quantity which is changing the intrinsic property of the objects, that is inertia, is nothing but force. This is also known as Newton's first law of motion or law of inertia. Then next coming to what you will say, push or pull, but this is application of force. Then an invisible, actual definition is an invisible physical quantity which can change the property of inertia of bodies is nothing but force. Inertia is property of materials. How can you measure this inertia? Can you measure? No, it is property. So inertia of materials can be measured by its mass. What is mass? Mass is nothing but the total number of molecules present in a body or the total matter content of any object is called its mass. So inertia, the measure of inertia is mass. Now calculated by using the formula F is equals to ma. What is m here? M is mass. Happening to the mass when you are applying force, it is moving. Suppose it is moving, that means it is possessing some speed. Its speed may be increasing or decreasing, we discussed. So body may be accelerating or decelerating. So mathematically the force can be calculated by using the formula F is equals to ma. So mathematical definition of force is nothing but the product of mass and acceleration. And on Newton's first law of motion, we can give the SI unit of force as Newton. You consider the units, SI units, mass is measured in kilograms and acceleration is meters per second square. So mass into acceleration, kg into meter per second square, that is equals to kg meter per second square, also known as this combination as in honoring Newton, as the unit of force is Newton. Already in class 6th in the measurement you have learned what is magnitude. Magnitude is nothing but the numerical value of any physical quantity is magnitude. It will be written after that numerical value one unit which is known as standard unit. So SI unit is nothing but standard international unit which is accepted by the whole world. So the unit of force, SI unit of force is kg meter per second square or Newton. Nature, where these are present in nature, they are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong and weak nuclear forces. Strong and weak nuclear forces are also together known as electrostatic forces. What do you call? Electrostatic forces. These all together are also known as field forces. These are some examples. Now coming to the kinds of forces, The two major kinds of forces are by action. We can say there are two kinds. By action, if the force, the invisible force which is changing the intrinsic property, this physical quantity can be divided, classified into two kinds, that is contact forces and non-contact forces. For example, contact forces are muscular force and frictional force. The muscular force is, see, contact itself, the meaning is by physical touch, direct touch. If two objects are in contact with each other, touching each other, it is called as contact force, direct touch. Non-contact forces are also the field forces. They can also called as field forces. That means direct touch won't be there. For example, magnetic force. No need to touch the iron fillings. Just you bring near the iron fillings a magnet, then it will be flying and attracting the magnet. The iron fillings fly and attract the magnets. Same way, whenever you are combing your dry hair and bringing near the paper bits, it will attract the paper bits. Already in some natural phenomena, you have seen one video that is called as electrostatic force. Next, any object is throwing in upward direction, any height it is reaching also, it will comes and falls down. This is gravitational force. Not only this, suppose if any ripened fruit or leaves are falling towards the ground only, this is due to gravitation. This is gravitational force. These are also known as field forces as well as non-contact, because they does not touch physically each other. So this is called as non-contact force. Why we are calling them as field forces? Because surrounding these objects can apply force surrounding which area till which it is exerting its strength, that is called as field, magnetic field or electrostatic field. Same way, electrostatic forces till surrounding this, till where it can influence its force, it is called as electrostatic force or magnetic force. That is the till where it can apply, it can show its strength, it is called as field. That is why these are called as field forces also. Physically, the both objects will not be in touch with each other. So here, see, this force is by the action of muscles. This force is always one invisible force is acting when the objects undergoing in contact forces, that is surface. This surface will tries to oppose the force applied by the other object. That is called as frictional force. Frictional force is also an existing force. Then force exerted by magnet is known as magnetic force. Force exerted by static, that is by the transfer of electrons from one object to other object, it is called as electrostatic force. And force exerted by the gravity of the objects is known as gravitational force. These are all, again we can divide them into two forces. That means when you are applying the force, whether object is moving or not moving, basing on that is whether the work is done or not done. When you are applying external force, if the body is moving, if it may move or it may not move. If it is moving, that is it is changing the property of inertia, then it is called as an unbalanced force. If it is not changing, then it is called as balanced force. Now what is a balanced force and unbalanced force? Now if two forces are acting on the object, that is when you are pushing the object, then another invisible force is acting opposite to your force, that is called as frictional force. I told you, if this frictional force and your force both are equal, then the object is not moving. That is called as balanced force. When the beam is coming here, both are equal. Both masses in this, what you are keeping the weights and what you are keeping in this balance, the objects both will be equal, then the beam will be straight. So this is balanced, we'll say. Now it is balanced. Same way, when you are applying some force on the object to move it, another invisible force acting on the base of the surface of that object, that is opposing force, that which is called as frictional force. If this force and your applied force are both are equal, what is happening? But both are in different directions. That is why the object will not move. It is called as balanced force. Of balanced force, skating. For skating, see your force on the, and some skaters flying also, and here see sitting on the chair. See, both are playing when this force and this force also, because it is not touching on the ground, so there is no frictional force. How the chair, your force is downward on the chair and upward some force is acting on the chair walls of the legs of the chair, that is upward force and downward force, both are equal. This is balanced. Now this is skaters, ground, touching the ground on the wheels, whatever force, your force is acting in this direction and another force which is acting on this is frictional force on this, both are equal, then it won't be moving. Same way, how you are on the ground, the frictional force, your body is applying some force, balance, these opposite forces are equal, then it is balanced force. Then now in case of unbalanced force, what will happen? Now for example, for unbalanced force, tug of war example, suppose two teams are there, this team is applying 40 newtons and this team is 25 newtons. This is, that means how much more it is applying, because three people are there, it is unbalanced, so more force is applied by this, so this is unbalanced force, so one team will be winning. Same way here also, in the downward force, gravitational force is 15 newton and upward force on these people are 2 newton, they will definitely fall down. So this is unbalanced force, they can move down. So these are some more examples of unbalanced force. See for example, the bird coming downward 25 newtons, upward 16 newtons, so it is just diving like it is moving. Then this man is applying 50 newtons force and this man is 30 newtons, so he will be easily pulled towards this person. So this is unbalanced. And rocket flying away, the jet of gases are coming with the downward direction in 100 newtons and this is going in upward direction with 300 newton very fast. So this is unbalanced force. Because of unbalanced force, work will be done. So these are the kinds of forces. That means whenever two forces are acting in contact forces, if the forces are unbalanced, that means the frictional force overcoming the frictional force, otherwise less than the frictional force also, the object will move. Whereas if the force is equivalent, applied force is equivalent to the frictional force acting on the body, then it is called as a balanced force. That is also, then it is a balanced force. If the net force is not equal to 0, then it is unbalanced force. It is not necessary to move an object or work should be done always when an unbalanced force is applied. It depends. For example, one person is pushing the table, not moving, so balanced. His force, applied force and the frictional force. Suppose the same table is pushed by two boys, it will be moved. So that is resultant force will be not equal to 0. So net force, if it is not equal to 0, it is unbalanced force. If net force is equal to 0, it is a balanced force. In balanced forces, the work will not be done. That is, the magnitude of applied force and the frictional force acting on it are invisible force or natural forces or field forces are acting on it, then it is called as a balanced force. When the field forces or natural forces or frictional force is not equal to the applied force or net force is not equal to 0, they are not equal, then they are called as unbalanced forces.